When it comes to inheritance, Java language follows certain set of rules. A class can extend a single class only, but it can implement multiple interfaces. But now these rules are set to change in some way because of the new features interfaces are bringing in Java 8. We know that Java 8 introduced concrete methods in the form of default and static methods. Because interfaces can now have full-blown implementations, our classes can extend various interfaces which may have concrete methods to suck in the multiple inheritance functionality which was otherwise impossible prior to Java 8. We can use multiple inheritance feature to reuse codebase effectively, especially when designing frameworks and libraries. In this lesson, we look at basics of inheriting behavior from multiple interfaces. Let's take an example of two interfaces, engine and vehicle. Both have a method called make and model respectively. The idea is that when you invoke the method make on an engine interface, it will give you default make. Exactly like that, we also get default model on model method invocations from the vehicle interface. Let's say now car has to have functionality derived from engine as well as vehicle because it needs to have make and model as well. In order to get this functionality, we need to implement both the interfaces on our class. Let's do this. Here we have a method called make and model, which merges the method make from engine interface and model from vehicle interface. From this, we can see that a car inherits two different functions from separate interfaces. Imagine these two interfaces are defined somewhere else in the library or in a framework, or maybe given by a third-party framework. We are trying to club that functionality from different interfaces into our car. This is what multiple inheritance is about. This is called inheriting behavior from multiple interfaces. It may seem to be a simple thing in the first glance, but it is actually a big thing to what we think of multiple inheritance of behavior before Java 8 days. How would you have done if we have no default methods of this sort added to Java 8 in the first place? Well, it was impossible in one word, as Java wouldn't allow multiple inheritance strategy at all to begin with. Note that what we are inheriting is simply behavior or functionality. Inheriting state is still a no-no in Java. We know that multiple inheritance of state is evil and hence no place in Java since its beginnings. The dreaded diamond problem has been out of the picture in Java right from day one. So to wrap up, you can suck in the functionality defined elsewhere using default methods to build a coherent behavior in your class. So default methods allows us in achieving this behavior of inheritance.